Welcome to part 4 of the training videos on the QuizCom List View Plus app. In this video, I will show you how to configure the different controls for the app. This will involve using the Lego style UI to configure paging, tabs, groups, and filters. On screen is the List View Plus app, connected to the suppliers list used in other training videos. Currently, there is only the table control configured. I can easily choose to add another control above the table control. Initially, I'm going to add the menu control. A separate video goes into detail about how to configure the menu control. So now I'm going to add another control above my table control. This will be the paging control. I can configure the settings for the paging control. Firstly, I can configure how many items are shown per page. There are other options available to control how paging is presented. For example, I can define to show next and previous buttons. Also, I can define if page numbers are shown. Let's continue to build up my web part by adding more Lego-like controls. I'm now going to add the group control, choosing which control it is above. In the groups control, I can easily collapse and expand a group. I can also select all items in a group or export a group of items to CSV. By default, the group text displays the grouped field name, the number of items in the group, and the number of selected items in the group. You will see how this changes if I select items in the group. By default, it is grouped by my status column, but I can easily change this. This can be done by either accessing settings for the group's control, Alternatively, I can drag a column onto the group control to set that as the grouped column. As I am in edit mode for the web part, my changes once saved will be visible to all users. If I would prefer to use a tab control, I can easily switch to this from the existing group control. I could equally add a tab control using the same method as other controls. The tab control works in a similar way to the group control. I can change the column being used for the tabs. Similarly to the groups control, the name of the tab defaults to the tab field, number of items in the tab, and the number of selected items. You can change this text using various snippets provided by QuizCom. The Render as Tabs option makes the tabs more clearly visible. The final control which I will demonstrate is the filter. I will add the filter control above the menu control. The filter control includes a full text filter on all columns in the web part. As shown in a previous video, you can drag columns onto the filter control. This will enable a filter just on this column. If I choose to save my changes whilst in edit mode on the page, the change is saved for all users. I can also easily remove a column from the filter control. I can also add new columns directly in the filter control. Finally, I can add new columns to the filter control through the settings for this control. There are other options in settings, such as hiding the free text filter. Each filter control supports free text search against that column. Also, you can select from the available options. There are advanced queries like selecting multiple options or selecting everything but a certain option. Different types of columns, like number and date, support different types of queries. For example, a filter on a date column allows for specifying a date range. Remember, you can clear any filters applied, and saving filters in edit mode saves them for all users. In this training video, I showed you how to configure the various controls for the List View Plus app. Using the Lego style interface, I could quickly change how my data was presented and filtered. Thank you for watching this training video. If you need any further information, Please contact QuizCom using the details on screen.